My mother's family have lived in this dale for 3 generations now. Before I was a policeman, I was a farmer. So I've always been interested in the countryside and wildlife in general, and it's become a passion of mine over my time as a police officer. Wildlife crime is a huge issue. The more you scratch, the more you find. The biggest problem we have, bird of prey persecution, mostly through poisoning, but sometimes through shooting and trapping. My area is predominantly covered by large estates who shoot game, and wherever there are pheasant, partridge and grouse, there is a conflict with birds of prey. This is a significant part of the Yorkshire Dales. This should be teeming with wildlife, this area, but it's not, because the gamekeepers kill anything that might predate on the grouse. I was up here a week ago, just over 100 yards from where we are now, and there was a dead red kite. That is currently being investigated. I suspect that's a poisoning case. This is a Mark IV fen trap, which is a legal trap, which you quite often see in the countryside. These are set on runs for primarily stoats and weasels. However, you can use a legal trap illegally. If someone was to put one of those on top of a post, put a bit of moss perhaps on the top to disguise it, birds of prey will perch on the top of a post to look for species to hunt. Then it would become what the Victorians used as pole traps. Well, we've had a report that a badger set's been dug out in this wood, and as you can see quite clearly from the centre here, this area has been removed and then filled back in again. What happens here is that the chaps come with the dogs, put the dogs into the underground chamber. Under here will be the bedding chamber where the badgers live. So they put a dog in that will pin the badger into the bedding chamber. They will then dig down to it. They will either remove the badger and throw it to some dogs, or they might even put the dogs down into the hole that they've dug and use that as an amphitheatre sort of thing to bait the badger. It's a horrible, horrible, disgusting thing. It's barbaric. The people who do it class it as sport. I don't. I don't have a budget for my department. We just do it because we want to do it. I could quite easily walk away from it and say, I'll do my day job and that's it, but I want to see wildlife out in the countryside. I want to prosecute people who've committed offences against wildlife. That's what being a country person is all about.